PJ, welcome back to Istanbul, to Efes. It's really nice to see you here.
Hey.
I mean, you joined Efes last season in the mid-season, and you are here for a while right now. Have you adjusted to the life in Istanbul and being a player in Efes generally?
Definitely. I think coming here midway through the season last year was a huge adjustment for me, but they welcomed me with open arms, man, and everyone from the coaches, the players, the staff members, everyone around Istanbul, definitely helped me get acclimated with it pretty fast, and make it feel like home.
I mean, usually players don't feel comfortable when they change teams in the mid-season, but
Yeah.
as the time went on, especially when after you arrive here, well, like 1 or 2 months, you were we saw you you fully adapted to here and played in your best basketball. I mean, what was hard for you in that process, and how did you manage to get yourself ready again in a new environment?
Definitely. I think, having the experience of, playing EuroLeague once before definitely helped me a lot. Kind of knowing what type of adaptations I need to make and things that I need to do to make sure that I'm, ready to perform. But, it was a lot of moving parts going on within the club, when I got here. So I think we all were kind of on the same page trying to make it work for our advantage and try to figure things out.
I mean, and suddenly there are so many new players on the team, and you are like one of the older players right now in the team. How does that make you feel? Are you helping new guys to adapting to the team? How does it feel?
Definitely, I'm always trying to help the new guys in any way possible, whether it's just making them feel comfortable. I think once you feel comfortable, you're able to be yourself, and that's when you play your best basketball. So just trying to make them feel comfortable on the court, off the court, is definitely my priority.
You first stint in Europe for you was in Partizan and under coach Jelko Obradovic, and now Igor Kokoshkov is here. They are from the same basketball culture. Have you seen any similarities or differences between two of the great coaches in Europe?
Definitely, I think the basketball minds are very similar. Of course, Obradovic is a legendary coach, over here in Europe. Rightfully so. Being able to learn from him and take his knowledge and pick his brain about basketball when I was there is definitely something that helped me, kind of make the transition, as fast as possible and make adjustments from, playing in the NBA to playing over here in Europe. Same with Coach Igor, man. I think he's definitely been able to take both European basketball and mix it with a little NBA feel, and he does a great job with kind of implementing both types of styles of play. So I think it's definitely going to work to my advantage.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because he had an NBA experience and you also have an NBA experience. Yeah. So I guess that helps you a lot to have a bond with the coach more, I guess. So
definitely.
That's really nice to hear. So last year you were just one game away from Final Four, and I'm going to ask you about this because you in college basketball you played in the Final Four, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So most players compare college basketball and European basketball, and they say it's really similar to each other. Yes. Do you feel that vibe in European basketball?
Definitely. I think you make it to the Final Four here it's a goal that a lot of players have. It's just to make it to the Final Four, and hopefully win it all. But making it to the Final Four is definitely a huge milestone for a lot of players, as is in college basketball. When you make it to the Elite Eight, Final Four, you have to win a lot more games, in college. But those are definitely very similar feels. The fans are super excited when you are able to make it that far, and so it definitely has some similarities.
And on the court stuff too, because college basketball and European basketball are similar in both off the court and on the court, I guess. But NBA is a different story. Yeah. EuroLeague is a different story. But definitely. College basketball is alike, I guess.
Absolutely.
And did that help you to adjust your game to European basketball here in your stint in here?
I think so. I was just telling some guys before that when I first came over here playing EuroLeague, it felt like a college atmosphere, college training type thing, and I definitely think it has some great similarities, and it'll get you ready for over here. I think playing here and at the professional level is a different ball game. EuroLeague is to me, one of the best basketball leagues you can play in. So, I think college definitely prepares you for this type of level of play.
So how motivated are you to get back in that playoff stage and to this time making it to the Final Four?
Very, very motivated. I wish we could fast forward to it, but you have to enjoy the process, and we know that this season will bring challenges, many challenges that we're ready to overcome and become victorious.
I mean, Coach Kokoschko has a play style of considering pace and more like space and space basketball. He owns that philosophy, and he learned it from the best in the NBA.
Yeah.
I guess with your style, game style, I guess you could be a really profitable piece on the team. And how do you see your connection with coach and coach's game style so far?
It's amazing. Like I said, I think he brings that feel, that NBA feel, with the European knowledge. Is something that as a player, being able to experience both sides of it is something that I definitely appreciate and will value in this season. And just talking to him, seeing what I can do as a player to help him as a coach, and vice versa. He comes to me, tries to figure out what he can do to help us as a team all the time. So I think he does a great job in building his relationships with his players, and I think we'll have a really successful season.
Nice to hear that. And if I'm not wrong, basketball runs in your whole family, like your uncle, your sister, and your father, I guess. Celtics legend Reggie Lewis, I guess. So, did that mindset help you? Because I'm guessing that since your childhood, you are like grown in that mentality of professional sports athlete with professional athletes. So, did that help you to become a professional basketball player? How was your mindset growing up with those around you?
Definitely, I think having people that have made it to the level that I always strived and dreamt about making it to has definitely helped me. Being able to have them in my circle and be able to answer any questions and just following their lead. My sister Asia played a huge part in growing up, and always wanting to be better than her because she was a hell of a basketball player. So having those people that I was able to kind of learn from and compare myself to, and just strive to be better than. But they also made sure that they made it a point to make sure that I was better than them. So I think that's a huge factor in me being where I am now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Appreciate
This was
it,
all. I wish you all best for the season.
Thank you so much.